The season of love begins next week, and we've got teasers for the new mythicals, so we've got to go into them as well today. So first up, we've got to talk about as new mythical monsters, as that's where everyone's at. That's the thing that we want the most. So first of all then, let's head on over to Monster Handler Matt to get a bit more details about what might be going on here.
We already have given you hints about what the next two mythicals look like
in the last few mythical related trailers.
So we got some teasers for the next mythicals, and if we head on over to the mythical trailer therefore that Matt was on about, we can see that at the very end we are revealed towards constellations that resemble the mythicals, and rather Cheruble's constellation. And besides Cheruble's constellation, what we've seen inside of the original trailer is an additional 2 constellations in the mythical island sky. So we've got these new constellations now, we've got another 2 besides these, but what mythicals do they correspond to? Well, if we go on back to the origins behind the mythicals themselves, it actually explains more so what we can expect behind these. So the mythicals that are being made, besides the Firehaven one, as that's being created by the Monster Handlers, are being created by people who backed the My Singing Monsters board game project. So therefore, that means that the mythicals are going to be releasing in the order that which the backers went to My Singing Monsters in the first place. So next up, after the Fire Oasis one, the Earth Island Mythical was made. So up next, we're going to be seeing the Earth Island Mythical, and then following on from that, we're going to be seeing War Island and Firehaven. But there's Earth Island one, how on earth does that correlate then to the constellations? And what am I on about here? Well, inside of the original trailer, we were revealed towards Cheruble's constellation, then the next 2. And seen as though Cheruble's constellation was revealed first inside of the Mythical Island trailer, I'm willing to guess here that this is corresponding to the order that we can see the mythicals in. So the constellation on screen right now, straight after Cheruble's, is the Earth Island Mythical. And actually, if we go back to Cheruble's constellation, you can pick out a lot of features behind this. So we've got a snout on this design. It's really evident there. As you can see on its face, it's pointing outward, and then you can see at the very top of it, it's got some facial adornments coming off it. These could be horns, or they could be feathers. They could be absolutely anything. I'm also leaning towards the horn side of things, especially seeing as though its instrument that we are about to get onto could correlate towards that design aspect. We've also got some arms flinging off of this creature, and some rather humongous feet. Now, this design looks so flimsy. It reminds me of I had to look up the name behind this, as it's very complicated, but the Weird Wire creatures from Deltarune Chapter 2. It literally looks like those, that floppy kind of structure towards the body. You can see that really evidently with this design, and I do expect some dark tones with this monster. Browns, reds, oranges, really flimsy looking though, and goofy. That's the vibe that we're going for with this. The Weird Wire creatures in Deltarune are so weird. I'm expecting that flimsy, over-the-top goodness. It's going to correlate to Earth Island's rocky atmosphere so weirdly. I'm also expecting a kind of wooden feel. When I'm looking at this monster, for some reason, it really evokes the sense of wood to me, and particularly on this design, obviously, as we've mentioned, the horns or over the facial feature do stand out on this, and therefore I am expecting that's how it's going to make its instrumental part inside of the song. Now, I'm saying instrumental as I have no doubt this is going to be an instrumentalist. I don't feel like Earth Island really needs a vocalist at the moment, and we've got all of the Dream Mythicals anyway for vocalists on Mythical Island, so therefore I feel like this is going to be an instrumentalist, and actually we've had quite a few rumours going around behind the Earth Island Mythical. Now, I don't know whether this is confirmed or not, but if it is, we are in for a treat yet again with this mythical. You know what though, mythicals are absolutely godlike, they are god tier, and therefore I have no doubt that this could be true, honestly, and even if not, it's going to be an amazing instrument for sure, this, as all the mythicals so far are serving. But there's rumours afloat that this could be an organ monster. Regardless of whatever sound it makes though, I think that it is going to be coming through its horns. If it is an organ though, I will say this. I think a rock organ, I think that would be really cool inside of the Earth Island song. I've been listening to all of the different sounds behind organs, as I'm not really that familiar with instruments and things, but I've been listening to all of the different ones, and the rock organ sounds so cool for Earth Island, so I would love to see something like that. Something not too opera, as I don't feel like that's what Earth Island really needs. Maybe something more so like the electric or rock. I'm sensing that kind of a vibe from this. Regardless though, I think it's going to go directly at the very end of the song. Every single mythical so far, with Cherubble, Stromboning, everyone has been at the end of the song, the new ones. So I have little to no doubt that this one's going to go at the end too. And if it is an organ or something over the top, which Earth Island, oh my god, do that, and that's a whopper there. I've got to say, I do think it'd go at the end rather, if it is going to be a really over the top one. I'm kind of hoping too that they might extend the Earth Island song. The Earth Island song is literally the smallest song song inside of My Sea Monsters, yeah, it's also the most popular one. And there's that many different tracks inside of the Earth Island Monsters too. I feel like they can get away with extending it further. I'm not sure whether it needs it though, so I am a little doubtful whether that could happen, but I also really would like it to happen because it's Earth Island, and that would be really cool. And if it is going to be over the top, this could be the chance to make that a thing, as I don't think we're really going to be getting such a big addition again in the future for Earth Island. Besides the ending though, I'm really hoping that it's going to play with Talker inside of the lead up towards the ending. Stromboning really helped ease out the song, and therefore I get the feeling that this mythical could also do the same for Earth Island's part. As going into the ending section, I feel like that could also use a little bit of improvement maybe. That's what I'm sensing anyway from the overall vibe behind the Earth Island song. So we'll have to see what happens there. Heading over to Mythical Island now, I think the Earth Island Mythical, seen as though Earth Island spreads out the Rockstar vibe, and we have very much a very heavy theme. I do think it is absolutely going to slam dunk itself, this Earth Island Mythical, into Crunch's verse. That verse is a lot more heavy and darker tone than the rest of the islands, and Earth Island fits that so well. Out of any island, I sense a mythical coming into that verse. I feel like this would be it. And also, that feels like it needs an instrumental part at this point. I know we've got loads of mythicals left and dream mythicals at this point, so it really does not matter having an instrumental part at this point, as we could get anything here. But if it is going to be an extreme instrument, imagining that inside of Crunchy and Sparrow's part, yes, please. That could be just what this verse needs. But I am also going to point out here, yet again, we have a Dream Mythical coming with this one. So whenever the Earth Island Mythical does come along, you can expect the Dream Mythical on the same day as well, like Trouble and Schlep. Now though, we got to go over into the Season of Love now, as the Season of Love is coming next week. But before we get into his teaser today, I've got to go into what on earth is going on with the rares and epics behind this thing. So we've seen every single seasonal event up to this point a rare or epic release, and you know what, they have been slam dunking at these rares and epics everywhere inside of updates lately, so I have little to no doubt that a rare or epic is going to come along inside of this event. For who it will be though, I think it's going to be actually one that we've seen inside of every single main seasonal event really up to this point since anniversary year began. Inside of Spooktical, we got rare Kajube, and then we got in the Festival of Yay rare Strombonin. So therefore, I have little to no doubt inside of my mind we are going to be getting rare Yorstridge inside of the Season of Love. And for rare Yorstridge, they've been really delving into the different vibes behind the seasonal events themselves for the original mythicals. Going by rare Kajube anyway. There's only one, so I suppose you've got to draw out from the one that we have. But rare Strombonin was based on Japanese folklore, and I don't feel like they're perhaps going to go into folklore or anything really for Yorstridge again. I feel like they might just distribute themselves more towards the seasonal event like they did with rare Kajube, and therefore I'm expecting a more evil Cupid look. You know, with Yorstridge, right? Yorstridge is a cute, loving monster. You know what? We need to flip that upside down once more. I want to see evil antlers, evil vibes, broken down Cupid arrows inside of its hair. I want to see the full package. Sharp teeth and wings, make it have exaggerated horns, menacing hair, and make it a punk rocker. Make Yorstridge the bad guy that everyone wants to be, because you're a real bad guy. Talking real bad. Besides rare Yorstridge though, moving on from his bad guy, let's go on to a Season of Love teaser now. So we've inside of the promotion where we got revealed that it is going to be taking place next week. We can see at the very back a brand new costume. Attached to wires is a scrapped piece of paper, and written in monstrous, it reads love. Of course, this correlates towards it being a Season of Love costume. I don't see it being rare Yorstridge or anything else, but this is very odd to me, as at first glance I was like, oh, Rare Maw, it's going to be Rare Maw's costume, as it looks very evidently like Rare Maw's horns. However, I was zooming in here, and actually, you can see a blob of this monster directly underneath this thing, and it looks like it's an orange colour. Now, this could be just because of how it's brown. Now I have to use my colour picker, because I'm colourblind, if you don't know from watching my videos already, but I don't think that that really matches Rare Maw to me, and to evidence this even more, I actually placed Rare Maw on the image, and if we put that up here, it doesn't match match where Rare Maws' placement is. It's not possible for those horns to be located there and Rare Maws' body to be that low underneath. Now, this could be just for the teaser itself, but to me, it looks like this could not resemble any monster at all. I don't see this resembling any close similarity to anything, and therefore I think it could just be something new, a new object on a monster, and therefore we can't pinpoint who it'll be, or it could be something else entirely. I'm really unsure behind this thing. It looks so brand new, this, so I'm interested in you guys' thoughts behind that. It's absolutely a costume, though, for a monster, as it's got love on there, and I don't think they're gonna do that for anything other than a Season of Love costume. We got some new ones at Christmas, too, for his rares and epics, so therefore I do think Rare Maw is his most likely candidate here, but it's also got me thinking what on earth is going on. We're gonna see some more rare and epic costumes inside of this, I'm sure, too. Hoping for a Rebro one. Give me ethereal love, please. That's what we're longing for inside of this. Give me an ethereal costume, okay? All of the naturals get all of the love all the time. Share it all around, monster handlers. Share it around, and I'm all for it. So for the release behind these things, we've got the Season of Love arriving next Wednesday on the 1st of February, so in a new month now, and we've also got as costumes coming at the same time. Now, if we'll get Rare Yorkshire or not on that day, I'm a bit unsure, but going by a seasonal event so far, there is little to no doubt in my mind we are going to be seeing that. And then for us Earth Island Mythical, I'm expecting that to come anytime in the next few weeks. It's not got any deadline, this. It could be any time. I wanted to talk about it now, as I do feel like it's in the air. The love is all around. We're all for his next Mythical, and we are all loving it. It's Mythical Island and wanting it, so I wanted to talk about it today, as it is going to be coming soon, but no word on when that could be happening. It would be awesome to see it in the Season of Love, though. For now, though, make sure to let me know what you think that ominous monster could be for the Season of Love teaser, and also what you think about the Earth Island Mythical down below. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed too, guys, and to subscribe too. For now, I'm going to be daydreaming about this Earth Island Mythical and doing so in bliss. Mythical Island, I love you dearly.